Ladies and gents, today I am doing a requested video, how to hide the tummy. But I also have a particular problem. I've recently had an operation. It's left me with a balcony, literally a balcony. Because the muscle has been cut into, that rounded, smooth lower belly is now more a flabby, bulging, don't know what, that then just goes straight in where the scar is and then straight down. So starting on the inner layer and move outwards, my undergarments are going to have to actually come up to my belly button rather than the bikini line where I'm actually just accentuating my belly and in my case, my balcony. I hate this. I absolutely hate these shapewear. I have bought so many in the past. And I've done the thing where you buy the size you're meant to buy, your size, but they are so uncomfortable. I mean, you could damage your back getting the things on. If I am going to buy them, I will always go up a size. At least I can get it on and wear it and it will be doing some good. If I get my actual size, I can't even get the things on without hurting myself, so I'm never going to wear it. When I am choosing shapewear, it's going to have to also be long enough that it's not in itself going to create a muffin top or bulges around the thighs. So shapewear that comes up to just below the bust, then hides everything, pushes it all up to here. It squeezes it all up to here rather than squeezing it up to the mid-belly or to create its own muffin top. Now the other undergarment is the upper undergarment, supportive bra. So there's not a lot of drooping and hanging downwards, which is just going to just accentuate things and create just one long line of unsupported mass of flesh where your chest then it just merges with, in my case, then my tummy, then my balcony, you know, like some sort of unknown species, and I'll soon be put off into a zoo and experimented on. When we're buying tops or when we're going through our wardrobe looking for what we can wear to hide that balcony, that muffin top, that floppy unsupported balcony, that splodge, that something out of SpongeBob SquarePants that's just a mass of flesh. What can we buy? Well, wrap tops. A wrap top can hide this in many ways. One, it has a V-neck and V-necks elongate. Secondly, and belts, creates a feminine look, a feminine silhouette, pulls in at the waist, which is your smallest part. Design of a wrap top generally skims the shape of the body, and often they have a little bit of excess material, a bit of ruching that you can do to actually also ruche around your muffin top or your balcony. I'm going to link some tops down below for you that you can shop for the States and for many countries. When choosing a wrap top, just do not get that clingy, t-shirty, stretchy, elastane type material, because that is not going to do the trick. We need something that the material is loose. Can I just remind you that if you're enjoying this, to do this, please give me a thumbs up. Also comment down below what your tips and tricks are for your tummy, to hide your tummy, so we can all learn from you as well. We've got a bit of a community here. Let's make the most of it and share ideas. Some tops with ruffling, and you know they've got these little layers built in, tiering built in. I've got a top here that it's a summer one. I've worn quite a bit. The tiering there hides from your upper belly, if you're an apple shape, right down. If you've got a floppy, unsupported, flabby balcony. Peplum tops also are another type to look out for. The fabric often just skims down the side of the body without actually pulling in, without being stretchy and clingy. The peplum starts at the thinnest part, the waist, and then flows out, concealing that area that you want to hide, that splodge of flesh that you don't want anyone to see. The peplum, it's under the peplum, it's under the peplum, it's fine. Empire line, again, this cuts across, empire line cuts right up underneath the bust, or a thin part of your torso, and flows down, but we don't want a wide, big, boxy shape top, because the boxy looks widens. We want more of a longer one that's going to then cover our lower belly. Well, by design, we'd want it to cover our lower belly. So A-line, very similar to the empire, flows out from the bust line, out, down, but not too wide, just skimming down the body in a nice feminine shape. Tops cut on the bias, not just straight across. Tops with some sort of asymmetry or design at the bottom. A little bit elongating there as well. And don't forget, if t-shirts must not be that clingy material. They need to just skim the body. They need to be flow down and skim and make you look svelte. But alternative to t-shirts, blouses, if we talked about just now, but shirts, take advantage of the current trend in shirts, because a shirt hides a multitude of sins, especially the trend currently for the wider shirt, the bigger shirt, the oversized shirt. And you can actually wear those over skinnier items, and by wearing it over the top, it's actually hiding that, maybe the love handles at the side and a bit of the muffin top, and it's giving a bit of a longer line as well. What should we avoid? Horizontal stripes, that's an oldie and goodie, isn't it? We know about that. Horizontal stripes, especially the big wide ones. I don't actually have big wide horizontal stripes, and that's for a reason. I do have horizontal striped t-shirts, and I'll wear those when I'm feeling slim, but I'll also make sure if I am wearing a horizontal stripe that it's a material that skims and it's not a boxy shape. We want to avoid boxy shapes as well. So we want our tops to actually come down below the belly button. If they come at waist height, and I know much of the trend at the moment is a shorter cropped top, but that is going to widen us because of the length. A longer line is more slim looking. Very importantly, we need to talk about fabric, because some fabric just does us no favours around the tummy. Does it? It just doesn't. That clingy material, the clingy t-shirty material, viscous, that American jersey. Jersey in the UK is it's a woolen material which actually has a nice drape. But I'm talking about the American jersey that is rather polyestery, viscousy, elastane-y and very heavy. This material moulds to every part of my body. It's a horror story. We want to avoid anything that's a bit too floaty, too wide, some of these linens or Italian styles that you see in boutiques on holiday. Big, wide, floaty. They say, I'm hiding something here. I'm the shape of a bus. Or in my case, I've got a balcony. And you won't be a shape of a bus. But some of these floaty materials tell people you think you are. We want a happy medium in the middle. We want the Goldilocks zone, a bit like the Earth is from the sun. You know, we want that Goldilocks zone. We want that perfect warm porridge of material. And you can often tell if you've got that perfect warm porridge of material by the shape when you're putting it on. If it's just skimming down you, the material is not either floating out and you're going to go off in a balloon, or clinging to you, the material's right. Try to avoid detail in the tummy area. The area you want to hide, you don't want the top that you're buying to have a lot of detail there, because that is just going to draw the eye to the area you actually don't want the eye drawn to, and it's actually also going to maybe widen it, if there's actually added bulk to the material, to the design, it's going to actually add bulk as well. But also we need to be careful of pattern. We do not want big bold patterns, because those patterns can stretch across our bulges, just stretch, distort. The pattern's then distorted, but also large patterns say large. The whole aspect of a large pattern makes the whole image, what the eye, the viewer is seeing is large. Small pattern design disguises. It's small enough not to stretch. It won't stretch, but it will disguise. So we want small pattern, small print. Dark colours are more thinning. It doesn't reflect light. Therefore, it's not reflecting the wrinkles. It's not reflecting bulges. It's not reflecting splodgy, unsupported balconies in my case. V-neck tops. I mentioned that when I was talking about wrap tops just now. But a V-neck top in any design that is the material and the colour and the pattern that is going to work. A V-neck elongates as well, that lengthens, and it draws the eye upwards too. Look for vertical stripes. They lengthen. Trousers with vertical stripes, tops with vertical stripes, dresses with vertical stripes, lengthens. It draws the eye from the viewer's eye is going to look down the line to your feet, And you look thin because they're going down, not across. Across makes them just look to a width. If you feel your arms can get away with it, short sleeves, it draws the eye up. So what can we do with other tops, other items that are in our wardrobe when we're getting dressed? What tweaking can we do? What clever tweaking can we do? And these are tricks I often use when I'm getting dressed. Add accessories to the upper part of us. This jumper, I've got some design here, going to draw the eye up. I've put some big bold earrings on as well. You could have necklaces up here that actually draw the eye up. So accessorising up here keeps the person's focus there, so they're not drifting down to look at your tummy. I often use a belt. I use a belt to actually emphasise my waist, and I will ruche the material above it. And that often actually ruches the material below. You can pull and tweak the material to actually create your own peplum. I use clever ruching an awful lot. And one of the reasons that I do the front tuck so much is because I can then ruche the material. But the trousers have to be right, and I will talk about that in a second. So keep watching for that. We'll talk about jeans. But clever ruching and using a belt. You can use a belt to actually draw the eye into your thinnest part, your waist. You can actually raise the belt and move the belt up higher, so it's actually below the rib cage, or somewhere between your waist and your rib cage. You can alter. You buy a top or a dress that's actually got a belt fitted and it's got those little cotton hoops. Cut those. Put your own belt on, or use the belt that's come with it. But either way, you can actually then move the belt. You can migrate the belt to where you want the belt line to be, not where the manufacturer of the dress or top has said the belt line should be. But the beauty, I think, of a belt, I actually just love the fact that you can actually ruche above it, you can ruche below it, you can actually create a little skimming waft of material there to hide whatever you want to hide. You know, the way I dress is often with layering. Again, a long line cardigan, a long line duster, and a duster is a cardigan that kind of comes below the knee. But a long line cardigan, mid-side cardigan or a duster will actually skim down the side of the body, hiding the muffin top, love handles, and at the same time, down the middle of your outfit then, there's an elongated rectangle of design down the middle, which is lengthening and draws the eye downwards, the viewer's eye downwards, rather than across. Blazers, long blazers, perfect for that as well, because they're going to fall below the hip and again create that illusion of slimness in the middle. With your own tops that may be too loose and too floaty, you can actually create your own ruching with a hairband. And you just put the hairband underneath and wrap the material around, then you can do some clever tweaking and zhuzhing with that as well. Now, front tuck. When you're doing a front tuck, in order to have the right amount of material then to do your clever ruching or to zhuzh a bit, do your tuck, raise your arms up in the air, and then put them down. And then you've got the right amount of material to actually zhuzh a bit. Don't be afraid of using half tucks. They're very popular at the moment, and they also are going to camouflage and disguise, because you're creating a surplus of material that you can actually overhang your belt line, and down one side it's longer and hanging over the tummy as well. Don't be afraid of it. Try it. No tuck, just have the shirt hanging loose. These modern oversized shirts, perfect for that. If you are buying something that is a tight material, a tight shape, and it's something you really want in your life, size up. Go for outfits that are a column of one colour, particularly a dark colour. Elongating long column. So dresses, very similar to tops. We do not want that tight, t-shirty, tight material. Wrap dresses, A-line dresses, empire dresses are going to be good. Dresses with belts are going to be good. Make sure it is not that clingy. I mean, I've got a horizontal striped maxi dress that clings to every bulge in my body, just in that viscousy t-shirty material. So the only way I can wear it is to sit down. Jeans. So I like high-waisted jeans, but if I'm wearing a high-waisted jean, it really needs to be that structured material and not elastane. It needs to be like mum jean material, but I'm not saying mum jean shape, I'm saying that mum jean material, that thick, structured, heavy jean material. That in itself acts as shapewear, in my opinion. That's what I find. A high-waisted structured jean acts as shapewear. On the other hand, an elastane high-waisted jean just moulds to my, it used to be a sort of rounded, gently rounded belly, and now it's a flabby balcony. And you can see distinctly when I'm wearing elastane jeans, you can distinctly see the flabby bit going out like that, and then the shelf bit going in where I've got my scar now, and then down. You can see that. The only way to wear them is then to have a top or some zhuzhing or do something clever to hide that. There's a place in my life for those jeans, but it wouldn't be where I'm showing my belly, that's for sure. But I do find an elastane jean very welcome to my lower abdomen, very welcomed by my lower abdomen in a mid-rise, because that cuts across and does a little bit of clever pulling in, and it gives me the opportunity to zhuzh and do something clever with the bottom of the blouse. Low-waisted, no. Absolutely no. And, oh, they're coming back. Really? Really? It's got to be youth that designs these things and creates these fashions, you know? Because at our age, do we really want low-rise? Do we want them back? No. Our balconies, our bellies, our love handles and our muffin tops are all going to be all over the place with those. So I want to be avoiding low-rise. I really do want to be avoiding low-rise. We may not be able to help ourselves, but stock them on the high-rise now and the mid-rise while they're available before the shops become full of the flipping low-rise. And one more point about jeans, be careful of the muffin top, whichever type you're wearing. And if a particular brand is giving you a muffin top in the high-rise or the mid-rise, find another brand, find another size, find another style. My outfit today is a beige sweater with some detail down the side here. Because I've got detail here, I have not put on a necklace. Instead, I am using earrings, big bold earrings, and some bracelets as well. And I'm wearing flared indigo jeans. With flares, I'd wear pointed boots if I was going out, but I'm not going out, I'm indoors. So that is my outfit for the day. And if you enjoyed this video, you could well enjoy this one. Or here.